This is one of those videos where I just don't have a script or anything, and I'm like, hey, what should I talk about? And so I'm like, I'll just turn on a camera and talk about the first thing that comes to my mind. My mind. Yep, there's that. Hi guys, I'm Sleepy Guinea Pig. I don't feel like moving right now. Okay, hi guys, I'm Sleepy Guinea Pig. So, I was going over the things that I thought would be interesting to talk about because, you know, of the time of year it is. I know I already did a video about school and procrastination. I realized that what I didn't talk about, Halloween is coming up. I kind of like Halloween. It's okay. Like, dressing up, going trick-or-treating, you know, scaring your friends sometimes is fun. Yeah, Halloween. This is the face of a person who says she's okay, but she's not. You know, if you think about it, it is a fun time of year, especially if you're a young kid, or you're just a kid in general, or you're just a person in general. Like, of course, I'm admitting that there's not, like, obviously there are horror movies throughout the year that are pretty terrifying. Just the ones during Halloween are just a week or two after I came back from camp. I had a sleepover at my friend's house, and my sister was there as well. And in the middle of the night, she left and went home. I didn't know any of this until morning when I woke up, and my friend was like, oh, did you know your sister left last night? And I'm like, oh, really? And I'm like, why did she leave? And my friend was like, oh, she had a nightmare. I'm like, okay. She doesn't really get freaked out that easily, and she got freaked out because of this dream, and she went home. And I was like, okay, that's weird. My parents wouldn't usually pick her up. If she had a nightmare, they'd just be like, she would text them, and they'd be like, fall back asleep, and she'll be like, fine. In the morning, we ate some breakfast, and my sister ended up coming back over to her house, and we ended up hanging out again. And I asked her, why did you leave in the middle of the night? She said, oh, well, I had a nightmare. I said, yeah, I know that, but why did mom and dad come and pick you up? Because they wouldn't usually pick you up. They would just tell you to go back to sleep. And she said, that's because my mom had the same dream as her. And I'm like, that is weird. And it really freaked me out. And then my sister said something about our house being haunted. And then I went home and I talked to my mom about it, and she's like, oh no, our house isn't haunted. It's just the fact that we only have good spirits in our house, whatever the heck that means. Technically it could be haunted, but it could just be like my great-grandparents like coming in to like just say like hello, like watching over us, and just be like, you better not be stealing all those chocolates, Bailey. Also, I didn't know, but for the longest time, like I have a bunch of stuffed animals in my room. I'm sure you guys have seen that in like most of my videos in the corners, like in the corners of the room, and some like shelves and stuff. I have stuffed animals, I have a lot of them. And sometimes when I wake up, they'll be like facing directly at me. But I don't really think much of it until I found out like a month ago that my sister was like waking up in the middle of the night and turning them towards me, so I would get freaked out in the morning. So that was interesting to find out. Okay, speaking of like having same dreams, same night, weird telepathic stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I'm psychic, and I'm not just saying that because it's like, oh, this one coincidence has happened, I'm psychic. This was back in summer. I was over at one of my friend's houses. She lives right behind a woods, and there's a creek that like right in her backyard, and you have to cross this big log that's fallen over, but I've only done it like twice. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I was like taking one step, and as she was doing it, she was like running across, and I was like, and so obviously being the big Broadway maniac I am, I started singing Aladdin. You know, like the Aladdin song that's like, one jump ahead of the game now, something else.
One jump ahead of the bread line, one swing ahead of the sword.
I was like, one step ahead of the log now, 2 steps, almost there. And so finally I got off, and then I looked at the ground once I got off, and there was this big piece of paper on the ground, and it was folded over. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I pick it up, it's kind of dirty, brush it off, open it up, and it says, magic lamp on the inside. Was I just singing Aladdin? And so that was really weird. So I guess I'm just waiting for my Hogwarts letter now. Halloween is coming up. That's gonna be fun. There's a lot of scary movies out there. Don't get eaten by clowns. Don't get attacked by haunted dolls. Wish me luck on getting through Halloween. So I hope you enjoyed me just ranting to the camera and telling random stories that happened to pop into my head as I was talking. So if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up as usual. If you didn't enjoy it, still give it a thumbs up because, you know, that makes me happy. I think I've said that too many times. If you still really like my videos and you're still here from the very beginning, or you just came and you really like my videos, or you've never seen my videos before, and you don't like my videos, then subscribe to me. The last video is right there where I talked about me procrastinating all the time. So subscribe, procrastinate, and until next time, don't get eaten by it. I'm nice. I'm sorry. I gave you all nightmares. I'm tired.